Houston, say again, please.
Houston, we've had a problem.
Hey there folks, welcome you all to part 25 of Path of Exile on the Xbox One X. We are exactly where we were at the end of part 24, and we are continuing to play as our Templar. If you remember, we played up to part 23 as a Ranger, and we're continuing from that very point with the Templar. Now we've got only two things available: visit Niko's mine encampment and find the Rapture device. Pretty sure at the end of the last part we unlocked these mines, so we need to crack through these. Well, I'm now wondering if I actually spoke to Niko. Let's just double check, because he does say at one point, does he say it in the mine? He sort of says go and gather some sulphite or what have you.
Welcome.
Oh, visit mine encampment. We might as well. It's like a little side section, this, where you can get quite a lot of drops and loot, lots of enemies to kill, and you got to guide your way through a sort of maze of a mine, basically, that sort of thing.
Looks like shite, eh? Well, don't judge a mine by its entrance. Eternals used to pull all sorts of goodies out of these rocks, and they never had my secret weapon. Just inside the mine shaft is my creaky little crawler. Took one of the old Eternal torture devices and repurposed it. Oh, it can still tear your skin off like peeling a fruit, but hopefully it won't try to. Instead, it can lay down a daisy chain of lights powered by that Voltaxic Sulphite. You'll want to be on the lookout for more of that, mind you. This big beauty next to me, my pride and joy, feeds Crawler with refined and purified sulphite, and it's capable of taking all sorts of the raw materials strewn below ground and turning them into sources of light and explosives. How about you head underground and follow the mechanical little bugger to an azurite vein, eh?
Right, so 0 of 8 to collect Voltaxic Sulphite, which is what he's after. Give it a whirl so you can see it. I did do this part on my very original playthrough before the Synthesis DLC, the very first Duelist playthrough. And
this is Crawler, capable of scouting out a few of the valuables hidden down here, but needs your muscle to get to them. Tell it where you want to go, and try to stay alive till you get there. Crawler will burn through sulphite on the way, and we ain't made of sulphite, so choose carefully. How about you follow it to a nearby azurite vein, eh? Make sure you stick near Crawler's light. Believe me, you don't want to get dragged into the darkness.
so you click on the crawler and then you tell it where to go next, effectively. So we're at the entrance. Oh right, hang on, we've not got any sulphite yet. Yes, well, quite. Oh, that's depth 2, that's why. Depth 1. I'm tempted to go and do the mine section first as it happens, because we pick up sulphite in there. Come out there a sec. Let's just do it the other way around, people. High gate. So this will speed us along in our quest for the next area, as well as picking up Sulphite, which is what drives the little buggy, if I remember rightly. Well, that was a bit sticky. Got our faithful hound with us.
The earth here trembles with the fear of judgment.
Check that out. That's awesome. Shackled boots. We're not doing too badly in our equipment side of things. We've got quite a lot of stuff with 4 sockets on it. Well, two or three of our items out. Also, check this out. Something that I discovered off camera. The map that was annoying everybody because it was all over the screen, you can shrink it down to this tiny size. Which me and Craigie Boy discovered, well, Craigie Boy discovered it actually and told me about it. And it's not invasive whatsoever. Absolutely brilliant that. You can change the opacity of it to make it more see-through and less obtrusive. Brilliant. So, hopefully if I do leave it on screen, it's not going to affect it. It's not going to bother anybody too much. Right, there's the Voltaxic Sulphite there. There we go.
This'll do nicely, Exile. Hello. Ah, this is the stuff. Good nose, Exile. You find more and I'll come right over. Don't touch it though. Stuff will send you mad without the right precautions. You think I want to be dressed like this? Tell you what, how about we take a look around my mine? Talk to me when you're ready to go.
Yeah, so I'm not sure why that had popped up before we'd done any of this as a quest, but anyway.
Hello?
Oh no, I don't want to go there. Right, let's find the other pieces.
This'll do nicely, Exile.
Another one to find. Oh yeah, I forgot about Shield Bash. Awesome. Lovely. That's level 2. That weird noise you're hearing is my dog snoring. Right next to the microphone, you can hear it. Some tough little beggars down here, isn't there? Energy leech, nice. Aha, there it is.
This'll do nicely, Exile.
Activate the crawler. Well, we're not going to do that yet. I'm fed up of him already. I can't be bothered with those. The thing is, I didn't find the things you can make particularly overwhelming when I tried it. I probably did it wrong, but... I love this Templar character. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, I like the Ranger as well, to be fair, but kind of there's so many moves on this Ranger that I want to, this Templar that I want to use. God, that map is so much better like that. Fantastic. There's still bits we haven't done here, isn't there? Let's have a look over here. I will still continue to try and not show the map though. When the fights are on. More Sulphite. Well, I never.
Another good find.
Corruption eats away at the roots of this mountain.
That's enough out of you. You like moving about, don't you? Banak? Ooh, another vein. Don't remember finding this many the first time I ever went down here. Down here? Bloody hell, what a bit cockney there, no, eh? No, eh? Down here. Crimson gem, blimey. Lovely. Woohoo! Level 40, thank you! Christian! Good point, actually. I haven't used those armorous scraps and stuff for ages. Not that I can remember, anyway. I win, you die. Thank you. Cyclone. Damage enemies around you, then perform a spinning series of attacks as you travel to a targeted location. Cannot be supported by the Ruthless or Multi-Strike.
I am no beast of burden.
What? Can't even pick up an orb. $191 armor is quite a nice shield, that, but the links aren't on it. %15 increased armor, 9% increased stun block recovery, 0.7% of life regenerated per second. That's not a lot, is it? Reflects 6 physical damage to melee attackers. $220 armor. It's got double the armor than the one I've got on. If we could get the links redone on that, that'd be a bit of a winner, because it's all red link. It's all red circles. Not that we're struggling or anything, but. Well, I can probably drop that, pick up that. I'm not overly sure if we've got a reforging of links. If we have, it'll only be one. Reforge the links between sockets, yeah, but I've got one. If that puts all 3 links on, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Told you it wouldn't do it. Damn.
What is it, Exile?
Well, I don't... There's nobody here that sells that sort of stuff, is there? Oh, they do. 4 jeweller's orbs. So here goes, it will reforge you back to nothing and then back to 1. Oh, well done. Who's the daddy, eh? Is that me? I think it is. Ah, thank you. Good night. Hey, was I a little bit chuffed with myself? I think I was. Just double their armour from... What was it, 104 or something to 220? It was 108 armour, and that's 220. So double, and just over double, and plus a 15% increased armour on top of that. Life regenerated per second 6. Reflects 6 physical damage back to melee attackers, awesome. Increased 9% increased stun and block recovery as well. And 0.7% of life regenerated per second on top of what we've got in the 6. Win-win. Looks badass as well. I like it. I like it. It's a metal one, that, isn't it? Agony barrier copper, yeah, copper tower shield. Right, might as well sell this. Well, actually, I'll keep it there for now. Stash. Well, because I'm not going to be bothered with the crafting. And we did all of that, and our portal was still open as well. Very nice. Oh, that looks badass, doesn't it? That shield, I like it. Alright. Anyone wondering why I've got some very lame sort of boots on? It's because they've got about 25% extra movement speed on them, and you really need them with this character, otherwise he just sluggishly runs around the map really badly. So until we get movement speed in another way, I'm keeping them on. That's why I'm wearing them. But again, they don't look anything like the bloody picture, which frustrates me a bit. But they've got 102% increased evasion, 15% increased movement speed, and then 10% increased movement speed for you and nearby allies, so it's 25% effectively. Right, onward. There's an exclamation mark kicking around here as well. Crystal veins. Is that not where we came in? No, it can't be. I've gone far too far up here, I think. Just have a little pause here for a sec. So we've done, that's mines level 1 and 2, and that was crystal veins, wasn't it? Keep track of where we are for the video when I put it up, so I can put some notes on it. What? It really is such a bloody maze every time you go into these areas. Look where I've got to go to get back to that exclamation mark. The love of Christ. Could be another crystal vein right now. Oh, there's another vein there though. Take them out. I can't get to them. I'll take them out from here. Nice.
Find.
Free Deshrets spirit. I knew there was something kicking around here.
No soul should suffer as you have, Deshret.
Get good stuff out of these rats. It's like, what the hell? Knockback support. Supported skills have 25% chance to knock enemies back on hit. Supported skills have 50% increased knockback distance. That's quite nice, that. I'll try that. Projectile support. I'll buy you a diamond ring, my friend, and everything's gonna be alright. Because I don't care too much for magics. Well, I do actually. That was it, wasn't it? We can go back to where we were for the crystal veins now, I think. Although, before we go on, let's use our passive skill. I need to remember, it's been a little while since I've done the last part, so I need to remember where I was going. But I've got a feeling that we were... Yeah, I felt like we were going down the way. Well, we did all the shield stuff. Staff and mace. Attack speed and armor. Because we're using a mace, aren't we? I wonder if I was going to do that. 28% increased physical damage with staves and maces. 30% increased armor, 20% increased damage with ailments. Yeah, that's quite good stuff for us actually. Because it's for maces and staffs. Check where I was up the other way. I should have reminded myself before playing. I do apologise. Well, that was mace damage. That's staff damage and attack speed. That's all staff stuff. And we didn't go any further up. So it looks like we did all that. Mace critical strike, mace, yeah. Yarp. Yeah, I do. I think it may well have been down here that we were. Let's do it. So we're going to head into this section here. Looks like that's linked. We'll get that on the next one. So at the moment we're going to get 3% attack speed with staves, 3% attack speed with maces, 10% increased armor, and that will give us the big one, 30% and 28% on armor and maces. Lock it in. Let me just double check, but we are, I'm pretty sure, holding a mace. Yeah, we're holding a mace. Onward. What? Oh yeah. The crystal veins. Whoa.
This land is teetering on the brink of cataclysm.
It's actually quite good for me. One of my other characters, that. Nice. The flame totem. Bad little area, but it's quite enjoying this little mine area, and I've done it once before. Actually, well, twice before. Had a little go at it with my Scion off camera. Well, my Scion is actually my hardest one because I made them a mage, and I find them really unprotected. It's just the way I'm doing it, most likely. But
the Rapture device has absorbed its fill of harvested life from fury and desire. It is ready. So am I. I know now that I was born to be the end and the beginning of the Empire. The beast has made this clear and undeniable as the sacrifice I must now make. My Lady Diala, my life's greatest achievement. She must leave me now, for she cannot follow, and she will perish if she remains. And so I will ask of her more than she would ever give. I will betray her. I will break her heart. I will not break her soul.
Right, I think this house is clean. Go around there. Oh no, it's not. There's a little bit at the top here we've not done. Let's have a look. It's on the way back anyway. The Burning Man. Whoa. Wasn't expecting that. We're alright. Whoa. Health's still going down. Oh, well. Right, and here we are again. So these two portals take us into two dream world. Well, yeah, seems to be dream worlds. Lady Diala. So we've got Kaom's dream, Deresso's dream, and Lady Diala, and we shall come back to that. Let's go and sort our stuff out that we've got. Ooh, hello. Activated something.
Deshrets has ascended and returned, as we all must, to the dust of Vastiri. The Red Sikema's dishonor has passed, and for that, outsider, I will always be grateful. Yet honor lies not in whether an act is committed. Honor lies in how an act is committed. What does it say of the Maraketh when we are forbidden to attend to our own? What does it say of Oyan and her belief in her own blood, our own honor?
Right, sell off all the junk we don't need. God, I thought that was a 5-piece all link there for a second. There's just one link missing, isn't there? 2 on the bottom left are linked, and the 3 on the top right are linked. 194 armor. But it's kind of a balance of energy shield. Looks more a bit magey, that one. Clocked up another 10 of those, which is quite nice. Those ones that change the colour of the sockets. What you doing? Come back to that knockback support. That's quite sweet. Well, have a look in a sec. Pierce support is not an issue at the minute. Something for the ranger if we come back to it. Now what does it support? Let's have a look. Everything apart from Searing Bond. Earthquake. Ground Slam. Oh yeah, we've got 2 totems. I'm only using 1 though, aren't I, I think. I think did we discover we can only use 1 at a time. And I'm using the flame totem, I think. So, in theory, we could take that off. Which means our totem, if we throw it out, will be knocking enemies back. Let us check. Yeah, we've only got 1 totem on. It's the burning one. Holy Flame Totem. Shockwave Totem. Well, let's try it then. In place of Shockwave, because we can always put that back on. Let's just double check that it does support the totem. Yep. Easy.
Yes.
So we've got an indomitable spirit, talk to Tatsuni in the town. Alright, okay. Alright. Didn't see us pick that up. Oh, that'll be Deshrets' spirit, presumably.
I felt it, saw it. The storm of her release. Our red Sakema is free to mingle once more with the red earth of our birthplace. Deshret was the howling wind, the lash and bite of the driving dust. Our wild Visteria is weakened by her absence no longer. You've done yourself proud today, Exile. Righted a wrong that we Motherketh have borne for far too long. And of course, as promised, you shall be rewarded.
Oh, nice. A bloody passive skill point. Thank you. Lovely. That'll get us our 30% and 28% jobbers. Christian. So we're taking that one. We're going to take that one. 28. So just to recap. 28% increased physical damage with staves, not using those at the moment. We're pretty much committed to maces and shields now. 28% increased physical damage with maces, that's us. Cha-ching. 30% increased armour, that's massive. 28% increased damage with ailments from attack skills while wielding a mace. And the same again with staff, which we don't use. Oh, have it. Lock and load. Right. Meanwhile, back in the Crystal Veins. Well, let's speak to Lady Diala.
You know, not a cockroach. Had I accepted my place, my rapturous role, the beast would be no more, no less. No anything at all. My selfishness tickled the beast's fancy and did laugh the world I knew away.
Tickled the beast what?
Yet I have had much time to think on my lonesome. Much time to wonder. Wonder if the rapture really needs to eat a gemling queen. Maybe something else will get its catastrophic juices slavering. Something like eyeball soup. The eye of fury. The eye of desire. Pretty gems for our pretty designs. But where could they be? Don't fret now. I have my suspicions. Calm, the sovereign of slaughter. He remains and suffers his delusions right here in the halls of nightmare. Fury is all he knows, so fury Calm will have. Duresso, King of Swords, damned by desire. Oh, aren't we all? He's down here too, and desire's curse remains his to bear. Go on, not a cockroach. Bring me the crown jewels so that we might wake the rapture and finally put an end to this pestering beast.
Seems reasonable. Well, as it happens, that's a perfect place to wrap things up for this part. Just a little bit shy of an hour, but we're going to head into Kaom's Dream and Duresso's Dream in the next part. We should get both in the next part. They're fairly large areas, but not half an hour each that I remember. Some of the fights in there, though, and there is some Beastmaster stuff as well. But some of the fights in there are pretty tough. Well, they're quite tough on my Scion. I'll see what they're like with this dude. But there was a few tough fights in there. Enemies that were like regenerating the health and stuff. We'll see how we got on in the next part. It has been an honour and a privilege once again serving for you in Path of Exile Synthesis on the Xbox One X, and I'll catch you in the next part, folks. Take it easy, bye.